I ran one trip that before the trip had started, we ran 2 trips back to back once. This was probably when I fell out of love with AdventureFit in a big way. This is what was the nail in the coffin for me. And I had Athena not come around, I probably would still be trying to make AdventureFit work, driving it forward, because I'm driven and stubborn and I'm an idiot. But this particular point in time, so what happened was we had a trip that was running that my team were leading, and the day that the trip was starting, we had enough money in our bank account to cover part of the trip. So we had tons and tons, a lot of money outstanding that we were expecting. But I'd run out of ideas, I'd run out of, we had enough for 3 days to run of a 7-day trip at the start of the trip. And I had 72 hours to find the other $12,000 or $13,000, whatever it was. And I knew that I would make that trip happen. It gave me fucking nightmares that I wouldn't. It gave me nightmares for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks beforehand, because I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was coming. I was hoping for a miracle and I didn't get one. And yeah, we made it happen. I pulled out all the stops and I got the money across the line, and that trip ran successfully. And then the day that trip finished, I was in Greece leading a trip that was in the exact same position, but even worse. We had day to day, I was getting money coming in from outstanding invoices, and I was negotiating with credit card suppliers that I had, and every day I would get enough money to carry on the next 36 hours. And I wouldn't wish that feeling upon my worst enemy. I would not wish that feeling upon my worst enemy. I had seen a psychologist for, since 2016, since I started AdventureFit, on and off. Not anymore, I don't. I'm flying now. I feel really great. Sound a little bit negative now telling you the story of AdventureFit, but I'm actually doing really great, and I can, I plan to continue doing great. So, but I started seeing a psychologist, and the way that I would explain it to Daryl, my psychologist, was I would explain it as acute financial stress depression. I felt like I told my mate before this Greece trip ran, I said to my mate who's been medicated, he's been suicidal before, he's actually, he's heavily medicated for anxiety and depression, one of my best mates. And I said to him, he messaged me and said, "Hey mate, how's the trip going? How's the prep going?" Prep, not the trip actually. It was like a week before I was in London. And he said, "How's it all shaping up?" And I said, "Bro, I am so emotionally shot." I said, "I feel like I've got someone standing on my chest all day, every day. And I feel just a little bit sad the moment I wake up and all the way till I close my eyes at night." And he messaged me back and he said, "That's depression, bro." And when he said that to me, I looked at my screen on my phone and I was like, fuck. Because I knew that he was right. I knew that he was right. And we got through that trip. And it was an ace trip. I was absolutely scattered with anxiety. I was miserable. I had panic attacks every day behind the scenes. But we ran through the trip and we got amazing, results and incredible tips. And everyone wrote us a letter at the end of the trip. And, the most amazing, incredible compliments you could ever imagine. I don't know how the fuck we did it, but we did. And that's the main thing, That's the main thing. That's all I ever wanted to do was it's like a drug. Giving someone a life-changing experience, something that they'll truly cherish forever, something that, brings a tear to their eye when they talk about it with their friends, that's like a drug. It's like heroin. You know, that's why I did it. That's the thing that kept me going when I was so anxious and so scattered and so beat down and so, you know, financially fucked. But the feeling that we would get for people, that feeling was just priceless.